Alright, what's up guys? So today we're episode 2 of the CEH labs. I'm kinda combined two. So the old CEH lab actually uses a add-on on Firefox to examine websites. I'm gonna show you how to examine websites without that add-on. There's a lot of add-ons and a lot of different tools that you can use to examine a website and things like that. So I'm not gonna use the one they want only because it's a little bit outdated and I just don't mess with it anymore. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you guys a really cool tool called HTT Track or HT Track, whatever you want to call it. And basically it's going to allow you to clone a website. So as you can see, we're logged in here with our Windows Server 2016. Okay. So I've already done this, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it so that way you guys have the process down. So on your Windows Server, you're going to download this HTT track. It's very easy to find. If you Google HTT track, it'll pop up. And then the download's pretty simple. It's not very big. It takes very short time. So let's dive right into it. So first, we're going to click Next to start a new project. Okay. So you can see here on the left, this is my already made project. So I made a fake website for you guys. Project name is Test. Okay. Boom. You're going to do Test. And you can categorize it if you want. I'll just do A. I'm not going to actually create this. So next. And then you notice it says download web site or sites. You can clone as many as you want. From my understanding, I've never tried, hundreds, but so add URL, type in the URL, whatever. If your site needs a login credential, then you can add that in here or there, and it'll actually log in for you and clone that portion. So that's really cool. So once you add that, you'll go next. That's going to make me add something. Okay, next. And then, so this will automatically be default checked. That's fine. And you're going to say disconnect when finished because you don't want to stay connected to the site. I mean, you can if you have a reason to, but you don't need to. And then you'll click finish and it'll begin cloning the site for you and saving it wherever you want. Okay? So that's really good. The reason that's really good is I'm running a Windows server right now, a web server right here, as you guys see. So we'll go to, whoops, didn't mean to pull that over. So we'll go to here. You guys see this is your server manager. If you guys have never messed with server manager, it's very user friendly, super easy. And you can see here's our web service. We're running IIS right here. So we're going to go to IIS and we're just going to go to the server and we're going to say IIS manager. Now this is where the bread and butter comes. This is where we're going to start our website, okay? So we'll drop this down. And you can see sites. You can see I've already made these. So I'm still going to show you how to do it, for sure. So you notice I have one stopped and one good. The reason for that is I'm using port 80. As you guys know, it's unsecure. If you bind two sites to the same port, just FYI, it will stop one of them. Okay, that's important to know. So if you're trying to run multiple websites on different ports, this will stop it. So unless you change the port. So we're going to go to sites. I'm going to show you guys how you do it. You add website. Okay, site name, you can make it whatever you want. I named it test1. Default app pools, whatever you want. Physical path, and you can see here, look how convenient this HTT track was. It saves it. You go to my websites, and it saves it completely right here as test. That whole folder, you can just put that whole directory, you can just click that, and it'll save everything you cloned, okay? So, just to show you guys, before we get carried away here, I'm going to show you that it clones it correctly. So this is the site that I created just using Wix because it's free and it's super quick. Let's see. We recommend you update your browser. Okay. I might have to add it. Hold on. Alright. I'll probably have to add it as an exemption, which whatever. Yeah, there's a bunch of block. So I'll just pull it up on Kali over here. Bring it over to show you guys. Alright, so this is the website. You can see here, this is the website, and you can see it's a very simple website. I didn't even finish it. I mean, look, literally, I'm a paragraph, click here to edit. It's a template, very simple, very easy. I just want to show proof of concept here. So, okay. So we've got the physical path. It's saved in that directory. We already know that. You can change what type of binding you want. I personally keep it on 80 because it's super simple. You won't have an issue with it. And this is for test purposes, right? So this is so that you can create your own website. You can do this as well to hack into it if you want to, if you know there's vulnerable sites out there. But what a lot of people will do is, if you're trying to do an actual web pen test, so you don't break the website, they will clone it and hack it locally so that you don't break their website. Okay? So that's really important to know. So we've got this running, right? We know it's running. We've got everything good. We got everything set up. The default document's good. So the default document, I'll show you guys just because I know this is an issue that some people have. See how it says here? These are the default documents it's looking for. Okay, so if it finds one of these, that's going to be the home page. So home pages usually are defaulted to index. So that's why it's important to have these set. So like if you're, let's say you want it to be your home page instead to be, one of the tabs on your website, you can change it and add it here by add, and it'll actually add that into the pool. So then your home page is what you want it. It's pretty neat. So anyway, IIS is super easy, super simple. So we've got the website. It's up. It's running. Status. We can check. Where was it? Manage. See, it says restart, start, browse. That one will say start because it's not started. So that's good. So now we'll pull up our Kali machine. I'll bring it over so you guys can see it. Okay. So you guys should be able to see that the machine just fine. We'll go to Firefox. This is a very cool thing to do anyway at home because you can set up anything you want, really. And I don't know why I typed index. So now look, you notice I'm not typing in the website. I'm typing in the IP of my web server, okay? That's important to notice because this will show that it's actually cloning the website. Okay? So you notice it flashes that first page. The reason it does that is because there's another page in that folder called index. I can actually remove that folder or that page and it won't do that. So here's our website. Now you'll notice it takes a little while to load, and that's only because my web server is very minimal. I gave it like nothing as far as actual RAM and CPU and everything. So it will take a little bit for it to load, but you can see it actually did load this page. Okay, this is the actual server or the actual web page, and that's how you clone it. Okay, so that's important to know. Again, the only reason this hasn't loaded in yet is because my web server is like, I think it's barely running basically. I could bump it up and make it go faster so multiple people can connect and all that stuff, but I just want to provide a proof of concept that this will clone the website. And I know it doesn't look like it's loading, but it does. It will load. So now what we're going to do is do a couple of tools. So Wappalizer, if you guys don't know, this is an add-on for Firefox. We're going to go ahead and use this to analyze the website a little bit. So first things, if you guys don't know, first thing you're ever going to do if you're trying to analyze a website is F12, and that brings up your developer tools, okay? So you can see here, if you go to debugger, inspector, any of that, so you can see here, these are all the things it copied, okay? These are the directories, the actual directories it's copying in. And you can see, we can actually look at the actual coding of each web page. Now that's really important because if you know how to read HTML or even have a concept of it, you can understand what's happening, and if you're using the correct tools, you can actually edit it and try and submit it back and see if you get anything. So that's kind of neat. That's somehow or some ways that people will trick some website or web servers or try to. So that's neat. This is cool, whatever. But you kind of have to have a little bit more in-depth experience to understand what you're looking at here, and that's fine. But this is a good starting point. It's a good location. As you can see, it'll actually highlight what you're on, things like that. So it's a good jumping off point. Now, here's a little more user-friendly tool that won't give you the exact same amount of information, but it gives you a lot. So look, this is kind of important. Wappalizer is just an extension. So it's just telling you, look, okay, so there's a tracker on this site. Interesting. So that means it's going to track your cookies and stuff. Okay. There's an e-commerce on it. There's Wix. So there is actual money exchange that can be done on here. There's Google Analytics. Okay. So Google's tracking the website as well. Now remind you, I imported all this from the actual site itself. So yes, this is correct that it's on there, but since it's a local server, I couldn't actually go buy anything. If I clicked a link, it would go to the Wix site and buy it from there. So now look at this. This is where it's really important. So web server, IIS. So we already know this is a Windows server just by looking at this. And it tells you right there, Windows server. Okay. JavaScript, it shows you what. So now let's say we know that right here we can look up require.js, React, and TweenMax, and we can see if there's vulnerabilities in any of those services. If there is, awesome. We have a way in. Okay, we have an issue. So you can see what libraries it uses. This is an extremely important tool. It's not really, and you can see Webpack here. Like you can research each one of these services and see if there's vulnerabilities in them. If there is, you got a way in. That's what's awesome. So that's an easy way, guys, for you to clone a website, set it up yourself, and then try and mess with it, hack into it. So the best thing to do here, or not best thing, I guess, but the cool thing to do here that I would do is let's go to any website, right? So we'll go to google.com and we'll just go to random site. Okay, and you can see I do this a lot. I just go to random sites so that way I don't have to actually. So okay, so 15 hilariously random websites to hacker typer. I did not know that was there. I swear to God, I wouldn't have typed that. That's interesting. Okay, koalas to the max. That sounds like a dumb site, right? Okay, so this is the whole site. Koalas to the max. I don't understand it. Whatever. But anyway, you can just clone this site, any random site. You can clone it and then try and hack it on your own time, and you're not actually doing anything. You're just practicing, okay? Now, if you try to actually hack their web server itself, now you have a problem. But keep in mind, if you're doing it locally, you're just practicing, okay? You're not doing anything. So it's a good way to practice web penetration testing, as long as just web vulnerability assessments. It's a very good tool, very super simple. All you need to do is get the VM from Windows to get a Windows Server 2016. Super simple, super easy, and it also helps you learn a little bit about setting up your own website and the structure and things like that. So that's it, guys. I hope this was helpful. This was just one of the other labs. Like I said, I'm basically going to go back through my CEH and do the labs in the order that they were presented to me during boot camp and during my courses. And the reason for that is because, number one, I think they're very good learning steps. They're very easy. They're not. None of them are really long. None of them are. I think that the longest one might be like 40 minutes or something, and I don't see that being an issue for anyone. So that's what the plan is, guys. I hope you guys like it, and I'm going to keep doing these. Just put in the comments if you have questions, and I will try and get back. There's also a Discord that we have for these courses, and the Discord's on my YouTube, so you can join that Discord and actually ask questions that way, and I will get back to you. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys have a great day, and good luck.